here. So I was trying to start a live and add a thumbnail, and I'm gonna get this, you guys, eventually. Say hi if you're here already. Just wanted to kind of hang out with everybody before I go and pick up my kiddo. Because it's funny, I've actually found a lot more enjoyment in these live chats than I have it's been really helpful and really meaningful to me. So, hang on one second. Hey, Indigo Mosaic. Hello, how are you doing? Hi, Steven. How's it going? What are you guys up to today? Hi, Snowbird. Hey, Gemma's Journey Grace. Hi, Jen. Hi, Gemma. Hi, Scott R. Scott R just says, hey, all. Scott R knows what's up. Alex says hello, and Jeffrey says hi, Jen. So apologies in advance for the unstructured nature of this video. Normal white guy. Same here. My son is 3 and my daughter is 6. That might have been in response to something somebody said earlier. Scotsman on the spectrum. Hey, fellow Scotswoman, I think. I've got some Scottish in me. Hey, Jen, I hope you're all right. Guest UK says hello. So hi, everybody. How you doing? Anyways, I just had to step in and share with you all my latest Dungeons and Dragons experience. Like the one area that I feel like I should somehow excel in. Hi, Woodshed Theory. Claire is in the house. This made my whole live stream a whole lot better. Thank you, all of you, of course. But hi, Claire. So Claire, I was actually trying to play Dungeons and Dragons while you and Orion were doing your live stream, and I cannot tell you how torn I was. The DM actually kind of like, I guess one of the creatures was trying to fight me, right? And I was trying to listen to you and Orion, and I got in trouble for like having distracted attention. So I was trying to like listen to you and Orion, and the DM was like, so Jennifer, you're getting attacked, and everybody's like, hey, Jennifer, you're getting attacked. And I was like, what? So anyways, my point is, you guys, this is the second time I've tried to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I still suck at it. And you know why? Because I'm not good with imagination. So it's weird because I am good with imagination. Like I feel like I could write a book, right? Like if I sat down and I thought about it. Need to ban normal white guy. So somebody had suggested last time to just do like subscribers only. And I was trying to figure that out before I went live with this one. Claire, if you know anything about that, let me know, because I couldn't figure out how to set this up as like subscribers only. But anyways, so I had AI kind of help me write some of the backstory for my character because, I couldn't get the juices flowing naturally. And then, AI helped me write, some of the back character. And then I rewrote like 80% of it. And I was like, okay, we're doing all right here. This is good. But I did get a chance to kind of have a conversation with the DM half an hour before we actually played our first round. And I told her, I was like, look, just to be honest with you, I kind of suck at the whole role play thing. And the funny thing is it's just interesting how the characteristics of autism can kind of present differently, because there are some people on the spectrum who, absolutely gravitate towards this stuff and can role play, and we all have different ways of thinking, and they can actually use those different ways of thinking to really like pull that out in the way that they play the game. But not me. Like I can't role play. There's such a fine line between imagination and creativity. But anyway, so I kind of told her before we started, playing, I said, hey, I kind of suck with like role playing and imagination and all that stuff. And so she was like, okay, that's fine. I can kind of carry it for you a little bit and, um, you know, uh, say like, like give you a lot more prompting is how she put it. And she would kind of like with some of the more experienced players, like kind of let them tell their own story. And the way that I was kind of like trying to retell this to my husband later was that like, everybody else was very like able to like really engage. And, then she gets to me and she literally remembering that she's going to, follow, like prompt me more. I feel like she just like handed me everything on a silver platter, right? And then she was like, okay, and then what do you do? And it's almost like the equivalent of like her doing this complicated, math problem on the board for me. And then she's like, okay, Jennifer, what is 1 + 1? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Um, all right, so let's see what everybody has been saying. My point is that you guys, I can't even like win at Dungeons and Dragons, and I felt pretty embarrassed and frustrated with the whole thing. Being creative is not the same thing as imagination, Karina says, and I agree. That is like, I think that, creativity allows us to start businesses and allows us to, think of new concepts and ideas. But imagination is not something I possess. And everybody just kept telling me, like, you just need to like play it a little bit longer and you'll get the hang of it. And the thing is, I wanted to get the hang of it, you guys. I wanted to get the hang of it. But I don't think that there's any amount of playing for a while and learning the rules and getting the hang of it that can change the way that my brain works. That can make me have imagination. Woodshed Theory says, Claire says, my issue has been that I get too creative. I think I remember you saying that you were like describing everything too much. And I know somebody else that has like ASD that like they described everything so much that they never actually got into any gameplay. And so like players got frustrated because it was like they would spend like half an hour with the setup and like no like fighting monsters or anything. Stoogie says, I'm ASD SPD. I too can't imagine. So I just sit there waiting for some type of social or emotional trigger, which there isn't. So then I just leave. Is that because it's hard to take seriously when it isn't real? I don't know. So I will tell you that after that whole thing and like so many people being there, I just like hid away to my room and I didn't tell anybody goodbye. I didn't give anybody hugs or, say, hey, thanks for playing. It was just like psh, up to my room, I was gone. I feel like this is a little bit too high. I just got a new stand, you guys, because I broke my last one. Don't ask me how. So how does role play relate to masking? Guest UK asked. So I'm sorry, I'm really far behind, guys, but I think that that's a really good question. Because I feel like, I was just having this conversation with somebody recently that like a lot of people go into theater because they mask all the time. And so, acting feels natural to them. And I totally understand that. But that doesn't translate to everybody the same way. So, again, it's a spectrum. And so we all present differently. For some of us, we all mask and it does feel like acting and it does feel a lot of work. And so there are a lot of thespians and people that go into theater naturally that, it's like second nature to them because they've been masking their whole lives. But I feel like imagination and like role play on the spot is just is hard for some of us. Julie says, I can't stay. I'm at work, but Jen, you're not a failure. Thanks, Julie. At D&D, I am. I gave it I gave it my best shot, though. I just liked all the figures. Indo Go Mosaic says. So yeah, we do have several figures that we played with, but I always avoided group names. I don't know what that means, Jeffrey. What does avoiding group names mean? James says, hit the like, everyone. I appreciate that, James, because I always forget to advocate for that for myself. Anyways, how's everyone else's week going? What have you all been up to? Let me know in the comments. I feel like it's been a little bit stressful with the D&D stuff because, my husband was doing it for 2 years as one campaign, and there were like 6 people that would attend. And then it expanded to 2 tables, which meant 12 people after their campaign finally ended, and they overthrew Vecna, which, if anybody has watched Stranger Things, you would know the hilarity of that, because that's actually a real character in Stranger Things and in the actual Dungeons and Dragons game. And it was a 2-year-long campaign for them. But anyways, so they have 2 tables going now, and it's like 12 people. And then, some of them bring their kiddos. And so we went from like 6 people and my son to like 12 people and like 5 kids running around. And it's a lot of sensory issues. And so anyways, I give it my best shot, and I don't think that I will be playing again. I feel like comfort in saying, like, hey, this isn't my cup of tea or bag of pie, as somebody else that I know likes to say. But anyways, don't feel like you need to live up to the D&D stereotype, Guest UK says. Yeah, so again, I'm more interested in how traits can present differently from person to person, because I think we all kind of, and it is a stereotype, right? Like, we all have those tropes about how neurodivergence can look from person to person. And, I think that there is a trope that you like automatically are going to like nerdy things. And I do like some nerdy things. I really enjoy going to Comic-Con, which has been rebranded as Pop Culture Con or something here in Denver, because I guess San Fran has the trademark on Comic-Con. And I enjoy a lot of the Marvel films, and those are things that are like genuinely true to me, So there's definitely a trope that, like, if you're on the spectrum, you like nerdy things, and a lot of us do. But I guess what I'm more interested in is just how, like, some of us struggle with imagination and being literal, and not being able to role play. Like, everybody just kept telling me, like, you just need to keep playing more. You just need to keep playing more and you'll get the hang of it. And it's like, unless you can rewire my brain, I can learn the rules until the cows come home. I can learn a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I can learn, that my logical brain can learn, but my role play ability, that's not something that I'm going to get the hang of, And I think that there's a lot of people that just think that, that they don't understand that the way that our brains are wired can't just be magically changed. It can't just be magically changed, Holy crap, there's 98 people here. You guys, if there's like trolls in the comments, I really apologize in advance. I did assign somebody, one person. Collaborous Gaming is just a live chat hangout with Neurodivergent. Yeah, I'm just like telling you all how I suck at, D&D. Stoogie says that the sensory thing, that prob contributed to the overthinking all the details. I'm sure it's just a social gathering with some similar interests, or that's how I view those neurotypicals. I don't know what that was in response to. Collaborous Gaming says, been wanting to try D&D. I'm just lonely. Autism makes it worse. Yeah, I feel that from the bottom of my heart, like, seriously. And it's funny because I heard Orion Kelly mention recently that, he actually gains like energy from doing these lives. And that was absolutely what I found after my last one. I was actually kind of almost on a high for a couple of days because I just felt like I was home. I felt like I'd found my people, and I didn't want to, like, I had to stop because my phone battery died. Like, I had to stop. But it just feels like an ultimate hangout with all of my people, you know, and I really appreciate that. Solace of Lyra says D&D was my first social game. Did I ban Owen already? Remove. Okay. Again, you guys, I'm sorry if, oh, am I just removing the comments or am I removing the user? Put user in timeout in 24 hours. We'll just do that. Okay. So again, like I said earlier, for a lot of you who weren't there in the beginning, I said that in my first live, there were a ton of trolls because we're doing this vertically. So, you know, just anybody can find it. And somebody was like, you need to set it to subscribers only. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. It didn't give me that option. Somebody reach out to me and show me how to do that. All right, let's see what everybody else is saying. Wow, there's like 103 people here. I appreciate you guys. No need to apologize for the trolls. They're not your fault. Thank you, Indigo. I appreciate that. Choose a hide user on your channel. Yeah, Cindy K, I can do that, but that, like, I have to do that for every single person. So I think I need more mods because I was like, you know what? I will set this one up to subscribers only. Like, I was all intent on doing that, and I couldn't figure out how to do that. Let's get rid of peacefully technical. So popular and for good reason, Claire says. Are you talking about Dungeons and Dragons, Claire? So anyways, I will tell you guys, what I told the dungeon master was that I actually really enjoy throwing the dice. Like, I enjoy seeing where that lands, and because I like board games. I love board games. You guys, let me know what your favorite board games are in the comments, because I like strategy games. And so that's why I thought I could make this happen, right? Is because I really, really like strategy games. What is the Settlers of Catan? I haven't played that, but I know that that's a strategy game. I don't know if y'all have ever played Secret Hitler, because that's a game where you have to kind of like lie and figure out like who's on which side, and you have to try to get some, you know, like liberal policies passed, and that one's a ton of fun. I don't know, that's not a very popular game. Like dominoes, I could play dominoes all day, you guys, because none of these require role play. And I don't know, I've kind of been thinking it would be fun to like start up some kind of like board game group in here in Colorado. I don't know. I feel like this is probably the most autistic you guys have ever seen me, because I'm just, I was kind of struggling after that, just feeling like, you know, even something that I feel like I should be able to connect with people in, and I can't, you know, and it was tough, and I cried that night, and it was tough, you know, and it was just a reminder that, like, no matter how much you try to fit in, it feels like your brain jumps in and just tries to stop you from fitting in certain ways. But I do really enjoy board games a ton. So let's see. Rick was a good board game. Claire says, "Oh no, Jen, I'm sorry you felt that way. I think role playing is not easy." It's not. Well, I don't know. I wrote an awesome backstory. Okay, so it doesn't translate to role playing. Like, again, I can be imaginative and creative for like writing my backstory. Like, I had a pretty kick-ass backstory, you know. Scotsman says, "I'm sending a virtual hug, Jen. Sometimes we all just need to be kind to ourselves." Thank you. And I'm trying real hard to be kind to myself. That's one of the biggest things that has come out of my diagnosis, is that I've been trying to be kinder to myself. Hey, Alex, thank you. Said thank you for the content you create. It's very interesting, well-researched, and entertaining. I appreciate that a ton. Let's see, put user in timeout. Thank you so much, Alex. And by the way, you guys, if any of you sent like super stickers or anything else, please know that the way that it pops up on my screen, I don't always see the super stickers or anything below $5. I don't know why that is. I don't know why it doesn't pop up for me like as visibly. And my first live stream, somebody sent me $2 and then somebody sent me $5, and I saw that and I didn't see the $2. And then I was watching the live chat replay and I just felt like crap because I didn't acknowledge their, contribution as well. So please, anybody, if you like, give me any super chats, thank you so much. And I'm sorry if I miss it, because let me tell you, I watch these replays back and I'm just like, dang it, I missed so many things that people are saying. I saw my friend Orion's in the house. I'm here for you, Jen. You're the best. I am not, sir. At D&D, let me tell you, I am not the best at Dungeons and Dragons. I suck at it entirely. But anyways, I had asked you guys like what else you were interested in for like video games. Okay, so just so you guys all know, I will tell you that I played a multiplayer role-playing game, World of Warcraft, a few years ago, and I was actually a guild leader, and I had a pretty large, well-known guild, okay? And it became too much for me. I actually, I will tell you, there's like economics and economic people who were studying economics actually studied that game. Like, it's no joke. There's a lot more to the game that could be interpreted for like social, socioeconomic, like, I don't know, like there's a lot more to it that can actually be studied, that a lot of people think that it's just a simple game. And it became too much for me because my guild became way too serious. Like, people were like texting me that were local, that we knew personally, like telling me about drama in the guild that I had to like diffuse. And I could do that one, that was fine. So, Clabris Gaming says, been watching your videos lately. Mr. Kelly, just discovered you. Oh, who's Mr. Kelly? I get the feeling we need a lot more publicized community to spread awareness on YouTube. Yeah, I know that's, one thing that a lot of, several of us, autistic creators have been talking about, is that there's never too many voices on this platform. I think that there's a lot of people in a lot of industries who feel like additional YouTubers are competition, and technically they are, but I can only speak for me personally. I just feel like we need more voices out there. So anybody that wants to start up a YouTube channel, like, please do it, because we need more voices that can contribute to the normalization of what autism looks like. We all have the media tropes like the Rain Man and Sheldon Cooper, and there's a lot of people who don't know that there's, something in between that isn't, the savant, and that isn't like whatever else people think it is. And we need more people to kind of normalize the concept. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind you guys. Delta is saying hi to Orion Kelly. Good to see you here. And Mr. Kelly is Orion Kelly. Shit. You guys, I usually try to keep these things family friendly, but I said the S word. Sue me. Stephen L says, Jen, I used to be a guild leader, raid leader, main tank, and trying to keep 24 other people to follow basic instructions. Yeah, man, I mean, the politics of that game just got a little bit too much for me to handle. you know, we would literally have to like collaborate for raids and stuff like that. This was back before they nerfed the game. So sorry if I'm losing half y'all with my talk about World of Warcraft, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not completely inept with playing games because I like multi MMORPG, multi online role playing games. I can role play in those games, you know, because I don't have to come up with a scenario on my own. Hey, Zach. Hey, Zach. I need your help, man. I got some trolls in here. I set Zach as a mod, and I know there were a few other people that offered to be mods. So if you guys are in here, if you could just kind of like raise your hand, I'd really appreciate that. But anyways, so I know I'd asked about like, you know, what are you all into? What have you all been up to this week? Make me feel a little bit better about this shit show of a week that I've been experiencing, I guess. Emily says, you are not a failure. I know. And again, it's not that I feel like I'm a failure, right? Because I recognize that I have different strengths in so many different areas. It's more just, how do I say this? After my diagnosis, I really kind of tried to isolate myself quite a bit. And then I kind of restructured my life around not interacting with people as much, which I know that a lot of you out there don't have that luxury. And I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, because I will tell you that I feel like I've lost people skills pretty badly since I haven't had to interact with people. But it's like when I try again, now that I kind of know what I'm up against, it feels worse in a way. Can I say that? It feels worse in a way because it's just a yucky reminder, like, of how much I know I don't suck. It's just I've isolated myself away from people enough that I haven't really had to have harsh reminders as much lately. How much we mask and how much we struggle. Stephen L says, I can mod for you. That was really annoying seeing a comment asking for your OnlyFans. Well, Stephen, managing moderator. Okay, managing moderator can manage blocked words, change, can review and remove chat messages, and hide or put user. Yep, that's what we want. Okay, your standard. Thank you. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna have an army of moderators at this point. I don't even care. Anyways, my OnlyFans. Let me tell you about my OnlyFans. Surprise, I've been doing this autism channel this whole time to raise awareness for my OnlyFans account. Just kidding. There's no OnlyFans account. My husband would not be very happy about that. He would kill me. Although I know at one point we were joking around with Orion. What was it? Oh, Orion, I don't want to put you on the spot if you're still here, but there was, when you were modeling the t-shirt that you purchased from my store and you were wearing gray sweatpants and you would stand up to model the shirt and then you would hide your sweatpants with Claire's green snow hat, her knitted hat that you'd purchased from her, which is like awesome, by the way. I love the lime green choice. And that became like AF. We're gonna have like autistic fans only or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, I'm sorry to disappoint you all. I definitely do not have an OnlyFans account. They don't make very much money anyways. I know everybody thinks that they do, but I've done the research and I will tell you, they make a approximately, like, on average, maybe $100 to $200 a month on average. All the big hitters that you hear on OnlyFans that are making like $1 million a month or something like that, that is like maybe 0.5%. It's actually not very common. So either way, OnlyFans, don't do it, man. It's a trap. It's a trap. AJ asked how long you been a liberal. Who are you asking, AJ? People are exhausting. Masking sucks. Medical underground IU says, I agree entirely. Michael Walker says, my friend that does OnlyFans, she makes about $80,000 a year or more. It can happen. Never in a million years did I think that I would be getting into OnlyFans statistics on my channel. It can happen, but I think a lot of times what happens is that there's a spike whenever there's a new content creator that pops on there because everybody gets real excited about the new content creators, and then they get tired of them and then they move on to somebody else. So nothing against OnlyFans content creators, you guys. Not at all. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm just trying to say I don't have one. Let's see. K Paul says I can mod and do for other channels. I appreciate that, K Paul. Reach out to me. I know, like, Zach reached out to me on email, which kind of let me know that he was a real person, like really wanted to do it, like wouldn't have felt like obligated to do it. And then there are a lot of like people that I've seen on my channel that are like OGs that have been subscribed to me for a while that I know and trust. So if I don't like know and trust you prior to, let's see what everybody else is saying. Cindy K. And basic rules like no politics or religion or more than 4 emojis and no harassing mods helps. And I'm sorry, I'm monologuing a special interest. Roblox, Luz, are you saying you like Roblox? Suave says, we all love you. Thank you, Suave. I appreciate that. Medical Underground IU says, modless channels. Y'all are animals. I mean, so somebody told me, Medical Underground AU, that I could do this as like subscribers only, and I tried to do that before I logged on, and that did not work. Oh, hi, Isabella. Welcome. She says, I follow new content creators because I'm new too, and I think it's so inspiring to watch them. Yeah, so I really, Claire was talking about this in her live with Orion that I got to watch afterwards. And she was talking about how, you know, she'll sometimes get new creators pop up that she's never seen or heard of before. And she's like, how have I not heard of this person before? And like, I get it, because I live on YouTube. I did long before I had a channel. Okay, I don't live on YouTube just because I have a channel. I used to live on it before because I was constantly listening to it while I was doing other stuff. And I would constantly listen to autism content, and then somebody would pop up that actually had a decent following. And I was like, YouTube, algorithm, how did you fail me? How did you not suggest this person to me sooner? I don't know. But anyways, all content creators are welcome as far as I feel. Not that y'all need my permission, but Furry Slipper says, hi, Jen. Nice to catch your stream. Thank you so much. Indigo says great viewer count. Yeah, like my other live stream was way better than this dumpster fire, but I'm glad to see I have like twice as many here. Peter says genuine fabs. Some of these trolls are hilarious. Should we keep them here for entertainment value? Might be interesting. Woodshed theory. Claire says that she has some random mods, but nothing organized. Claire, maybe we could all just start like, because we do like a lot of us have shared audiences, like me and Orion and Mom on the Spectrum, Orion Kelly. Like a lot of us do have like a lot of shared audiences. So maybe we all just need to like get together and start paying these people to like mod in our streams. I don't know. Like I always say, I've got like $10 to put towards it, right? Because I've been earning like a few Starbucks since I started this channel, so I might have like $10 to put towards it. Oh, Zach said hi, Claire. Oh, why Dolores says hit the like button, everybody. I don't know. I don't know that I want this dumpster fire to go out to more people, okay? I'm sitting here telling you all about my personal failures with Dungeons and Dragons and like trying to reintroduce myself into the general population and talking to people and hanging out. And I was like, these guys are nerds. Like I can fit in here, right? And it didn't happen. So, okay, Paul said the same thing. You guys don't make me cry. Oh, am I that far behind? Holy moly. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. Scotsman on the Spectrum says, I'm worried that if I start uploading content, my channel will fail due to not getting a decent following. As autism isn't a one-size-fits-all, I think it's nice to share all our perspectives. Yeah, so Scotsman, I think I agree with you and I understand that concern, but I think you just kind of have to remember your purpose in wanting to start a channel to begin with, which is to, maybe reach like 1 or 2 people. If you're in it for the numbers or the clout or the money, then it's not going, it may not be a good idea to get into it. Because first of all, I think that those motivations will reflect in your content and maybe you won't put out the best content. But second of all, you don't want to do this for a reason that doesn't kind of like personally give you some joy, I think. Like Cindy K says, you can't please everyone. You just have to please yourself. Yeah. So Claire was kind of talking about that on her live with Orion. She was saying, maybe I didn't grow like crazy, but I am doing stuff that I enjoy. And I said, as you should, because what are you doing this for anyways? To get money, to buy things that bring you joy? Or you could just skip the middleman and just do something that brings you joy. Maybe it doesn't bring you a ton of money, but it brings you joy. Because otherwise, what are you chasing after? Money? Again, we all think that money is going to bring us joy. We all think that money is going to bring us happiness, when really you can get happiness and skip the middleman. We all forget that you can achieve happiness and joy and skip the middleman. There's much, Furry Slipper says there's much more involved than views and subs, etc. Being real massively helps. Yes. Again, like just do what brings you joy and help other people, in the process. I mean, that could be an awesome byproduct. I kind of set out to do both. I mean, I set out to get some connection. What's the word I'm looking for? Like validation. Like to know that there were other people out there like me. And that happened pretty quickly. I was surprised that there were like so many people that were like, oh my gosh, get out of my head. And I was like, that's what I was saying when I was watching other autistic YouTubers, get out of my head. And people just like letting me know I'm not alone. So that was my selfish motivation, right? Was to find other people out there like me. But there was also a selfless motivation of wanting to help other people, because I did worry that when I started my channel, I had no idea that I would get supportive comments. I literally thought that most of my comments were going to be hateful and negative. I really did. I thought that most of my comments were going to be hateful and negative. And so I did it anyways because I thought my story could help someone. So I was glad to see that people were actually supportive. If it can help one person, Scotsman says, if it can help one person, that would make my day. It's all about awareness and having our voice. Yeah, and that was the conclusion that I came to literally when I started doing my channel, because there was a really rough period where people were subscribing and then unsubscribing twice as fast. And but there were a few people that would comment on my videos in the earlier days that would say, you really, really, really helped me. You've helped me understand my child. You've helped me understand myself. You've helped me be more compassionate to somebody in my life. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. If I have 100 subscribers, but they're all real and genuine, then I'm just going to keep doing this. And that is still my goal, because it's not about the money or the clout. It's about finding community. And I know that that sounds cheesy, and I'm sure there's a ton of people that are like, oh yeah, she says that, but really she wants the money and clout. You guys have no idea how little you get paid on YouTube in the beginning. I probably put 40 hours of work in per video and maybe make like $5. Now, of course, that obviously that can, increase the more viewers you get, the more, because subscribers don't matter. It's the views and it's the watch time. So that absolutely can increase, and you can make it lucrative. And I could if I wanted to, but really, I'm trying to keep it within that purview of joy and helping other people, and that's all I want out of it. Let's stop scrolling. Oh, Steven says, exactly, Jen, I love watching you all, like Orion, Claire, Paul, you and others, and I'm just like, did this person live my life? Yeah. Yep. That's what I felt. I was seriously, there were a lot of there was a lot of content that I watched that it was, when you first find out, you're just like, there's other people like me, and it is just the most mind-blowing revelation. It's indescribable, because I really felt so alone my whole life and wondered why I was the only one who thought the way that I did, and I had no idea, wonders of the internet, that other people felt the same way. I had no idea whatsoever that other people felt the same way. Brittany Brooks says, you don't have to be Markiplier. I know my daughter was a huge fan of that one. Helping others to heal helps us to heal ourselves. Furry Slipper says, yeah, I agree with that too. It's a tough journey. And it's funny because we all like to be entertained, and we all like to watch the, quippy, like, fast YouTubers that talk well, well researched, they have their graphics. But you know what? I've actually gone out of my way to watch some YouTubers who trying to figure out, like, if I want to get this down on this video, but that hate their lives. that wish that they weren't here. And I think that that's a side that we don't explore as often as we should. I've actually thought about reaching out to some of these people and giving them a platform because, Autism Speaks, and we all, we don't like that organization. But like all these like organizations want to reach out to like the happy stories, the people who, live life despite their challenges. And we don't give enough attention to the people who it kind of wrecks their life to a point where they kind of wish that they weren't here. I mean, that's a sobering thought, you know. Um that autism can be that hard for some people and not like as like commercially acceptable, not as like inspiring, like, oh, look, they're informing me and they're, funny and they're quippy. And because there's people on the spectrum, we always talk about how it's a spectrum, and we forget the people on the spectrum that are struggling really, really bad, really, really bad. So I don't know what you all think about that, but that's something that I've kind of been contemplating lately, is reaching out to interview some people who like nobody else would ever talk to like really showcase like the other end of the spectrum of how it can be really, really hard on us sometimes for some people. Um, but let's see. Um, Edin Kalo says, I think you need a break from the internet so you can relax. I have a lot of jobs. I do a lot of things, so it's not just this, right? Like if it was just this for me, I would probably be pumping out a lot more content, but it's not. I've got a kiddo and carpool every other week, and like 3 Airbnbs that I manage, and one of them that I like clean every day. I mean, that's like cleaning toilets and sinks, and like it's every day. And I still, on top of all of that, and then try to do like the grocery shopping, all the adulting stuff that all of us have to do. So I try to do all of that on top of like putting out content, which pays me $5 per 40 hours that I work. So Jaden says, happy birthday. Hope it's a great day for you. Whose birthday? Whose birthday is it? Sorry, you guys, I'm getting to that point of comfortableness that Orion's at, where he's just kind of like scrolls around and like looks at comments. And so Scotsman says, thank you to those who have joined my channel. My special interest is playing the accordion. Oh, my dad played the accordion. I am one of the top accordionists for my age in Scotland and perform professionally as a hobby. All right, Scotsman, I'm gonna have to check you out for sure now. Have you commented on any of my videos? I don't know that I've actually like seen any of your videos, but I have to tell you, I bought my father an accordion one year for Christmas, and I thought that it was gonna be like such a sweet gift. And then I found out it was like a female accordion, and so it was like too short for his arms. I don't know. I didn't know that there was a female, like a difference. I didn't know that there was a difference. Like I like saved all this money to buy him one, and I thought I was like gonna give him something so cool. But my parents were both musically inclined, and they could both read music, and both of my parents played the piano in the church. And I never learned to read music, as you all know from my first live. There's a thought that counts. I think the internet is a great source for us, but I also think it can be a double-edged sword. Stephen L. says, yep. So I don't know the intricacies of what you were saying there, but I know that, the internet can be a great resource for us finding our people and connecting and feeling less alone, but it can also be bad for like negativity and um, echo chambers and misinformation. And so, like, how do we strike that balance? There's no possible way to strike that balance. Scotsman says accordions are so expensive, Jen. I've just bought one last summer, which cost over EU 2000. So I think you guys are pretty close in the exchange rate for us. So that would probably be pretty close to 2000 USD. You guys are killing it with modding, so thank you. Like, I only have like 2 mods that I've chosen so far, and you guys are killing it. So I kept getting comments like this last time: match your eyebrows with your hair. You guys, I use a pencil to makeup to like color in my eyebrows, and I'm sorry if that is just like so offensive to everybody. Like, I don't know why everybody is so. It's funny because somebody did an experiment one time on the news where a male anchor wore the exact same outfit every day for like 365 days, and the female anchor wore, and don't get me like, details may be a little bit off, but the concept is that, like, there was a male and a female anchor where the male wore the same thing for quite a long time, the exact same suit, and the female wore something different every day, and the female was the only one that was getting like comments about like, she wore the same necklace twice, and what she's wearing is too like this or that, or too bright, or it's not bright enough. And it's like, it actually kind of meant to serve a point that females get criticized on their appearance a lot more than guys. Of course, guys have their different struggles, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Isabella says, you are beautiful, Jen. Don't think about those rude people. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I don't, because I think that if you are too flowery or weak, too weak, that you like get concerned about what people say on the internet, then you probably shouldn't have an internet channel. It should be a little bit more, concerned with your content than that. All suits look the same, men in black. I agree. I will have to probably leave in like the next 10 minutes or so, because I got to go pick up my kiddo. But Zach says that kind of stuff always cracks me up and always makes me wonder why the person really cares about why someone wore the same necklace or tie 2 days in a row. Yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, just letting y'all know, color my eyebrows with a pencil. So sorry for the incongruence. Don't listen to the haters, girl. Keep your chin up. Appreciate that. I actually hate it more to get a dislike, but not be given the reason why. Solid BPM says, do you have your own channel? Is that something that you get concerned about? I used to get concerned about that in the beginning. Mr. Toad says, hi there, Jen, just passing through. Love your stuff. I appreciate that. Purple rhymes with orange. I've heard that kiddo is considered offensive by some autistic parents, mostly because it is linked to autism speaks. Huh, that's interesting. I haven't heard that, because I think a lot of people call their kids kiddo. I don't know that that's really something offensive, but I will have to look into that. Indigo says, I have to drop. Nice seeing everyone. I'll watch you soon. I appreciate that. I think I am actually going to go to you guys. Just kind of wanted to pop in and say hi and just get a little bit of moral support. And I appreciate you guys, and you guys have felt like community. You know, we all put on a face when we do our YouTube channels or our, excuse me, our YouTube videos. You know, we all put on a face. And this is probably the most unregulated video that I've done. It's probably more like Orion Kelly's like uh, rants, I guess, and maybe I'm kind of getting more comfortable in that space to like kind of reap some of the benefits of why I started this channel in the first place, which was to find community and support and people that understand. So because it's tough. And people don't see what we struggle with. On a daily basis. So thank you all for your hugs and your love. I really appreciate it. You guys really have given more back to me. You guys keep telling me that I've given so much to you, but I feel like you guys have given more to me. So I appreciate and love all of you very much, more than you'll ever know. Thank you so much for being a part of my community and for making me feel seen and heard. I love you all. And I will be back with another live some other time, I'm sure, with better outlook. I am doing a live with Orion tomorrow, so I will announce that on my channel as soon as I can. So y'all stay tuned for those shenanigans. And I love you all. So mwah.